coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now Fields going to throw on the first play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Once again, it's Swift. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Swift will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by Cyber, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially to the full century of the NFL. I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. How much fun is it each and every year to know that you got football on Thanksgiving Day?
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. They'll set up to throw.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. That pick is 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball?
and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order. That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. But the 9 picks,
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Fields. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they pull off the season sweep. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Play action. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. There's Mooney with another catch. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and 4. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now here's Fields on the sneak. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
Back to throw now in his own end zone. This is caught by Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Williams, a man in motion right. Off the
play fake. He'll look to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk. Why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Rotates Ertz going across the middle. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Julian Okwara. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You call plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Here's Fields. Completes a Mooney on the slant.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert, and the Lions will take over. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he goes out right around the 39. That one goes for 8 yards.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the 2nd half is underway.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
41 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On play action, they'll throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
Room here to run.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A quick throw complete to Chark. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit, but how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
One more time with Swift.
And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Meanwhile, Fields throw there, complete to Mooney.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Looking in zone for Jones. And this one is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
To throw is Fields. Rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Julian O'Quarr picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Williams to return. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Well, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Swift going to try up the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll run with Swift. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal. Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
Seibert's kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Fields now to throw.
Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Ertz over the middle.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Again, Fields. That's swung out wide to Harris.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 45 on 2nd down.
Fields finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 1st down, Fields. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Fields on 1st down.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
to get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the run.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL-caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you try to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20, 10, and they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Fields trying to throw for it.
That's caught. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Dancing away at the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. That one looks like he'll throw here.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Roquan Smith from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown!
Jamison Williams.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session.